An astronaut lands on a distant planet and meets a group of aliens. They communicate through gestures and seem friendly. The astronaut tries to teach them some Earth customs and jokes. He tells them, "Why did the chicken cross the road?" To get to the other side, the aliens look puzzled. One alien raises its hand and says in perfect English, "What's a chicken?" A man is driving down the road and sees a sign that says, "Talking cat for sale." He stops and asks the owner, "What's the deal with the talking cat?" The owner says, "The cat speaks multiple languages and can even sing opera." Intrigued, the man asks, "How much?" The owner says, $20. The man asks, "Why so cheap?" The owner replies, "The cat lies." The man buys the cat, takes it home, and asks, "Can you really talk?" The cat says, "Sure, and I can make you a cheeseburger too." The man says, "You can make a cheeseburger?" The cat replies, "No, I lied. Now, where's my $20? A comedian is performing at a comedy club when a heckler starts interrupting him. The comedian tries to ignore him, but the heckler gets louder. Finally, the comedian says, "Sir, do you have a problem?" The heckler says, "Yeah, you're not funny." The comedian replies, "Well, I could agree with you, but then we'd both be wrong." A detective is investigating a murder in a mansion. He gathers all the suspects in the living room, the butler, the maid, the cook, and the gardener. He says, "I will now reveal the murderer." The lights go out and a shot is heard. When the lights come back on, the detective is on the floor, clutching his chest. With his last breath, he says, "It was the butler." The butler smirks and says, "That's what you think." He then turns to the others and says, "Anyone else want to play detective?" A man goes to the doctor and says, "Doc, I can't stop singing, 'What's New, Pussycat?'" The doctor says, "You might have Tom Jones syndrome." The man asks, "Is it common?" The doctor replies, "It's not unusual." A lawyer and a farmer are sitting next to each other on a flight. The lawyer, bored, suggests they play a game. He says, "I'll ask you a question, and if you don't know the answer, you pay me $5. Then you ask me a question, and if I don't know the answer, I'll pay you $50. The farmer agrees. The lawyer asks, "What's the distance between the Earth and the Moon?" The farmer, without a word, hands the lawyer $5. The farmer then asks, "What goes up a hill with 3 legs and comes down with 4? The lawyer is stumped. He thinks for a long time, then hands the farmer $50. The lawyer asks, "What's the answer?" The farmer hands him $5 and says, "I don't know." A priest and a politician are fishing in a boat. The priest accidentally falls overboard and can't swim. The politician dives in and saves him. The priest is so grateful that he invites the politician to his church. During the service, the priest tells the congregation about the politician's heroic act. After the service, the politician asks, "Father, you didn't mention that I'm a politician." The priest replies, "I didn't want to embarrass you in front of your friends." A professor is giving a lecture on logic. He says, "Here's an example of logic." A man is looking at a picture of someone. His friend asks, "Who are you looking at?" The man replies, "Brothers and sisters. I have none. But that man's father is my father's son." "Who is the man in the picture?" A student raises his hand and says, "It's the man's son." The professor replies, "No, it's a picture of me when I was a baby."
A man walks into a psychic's tent at the fair and asks for a reading. The psychic gazes into her crystal ball and says, "I see you are poor and unhappy." The man says, "I know that already. Tell me something I don't know." The psychic looks deeper and says, "I see you will be poor and unhappy tomorrow as well."
A city man moves to the country and buys a piece of land. He wants to buy a horse and sees a local farmer who sells them. The farmer says, "I have a horse for $100 and another for $200. The city man says, "I'll take the $200 one." The farmer delivers the horse the next day, but it's dead. The city man is furious. The farmer says, "I'll give you your money back." The city man says, "No, just give me the dead horse." The farmer is puzzled but agrees. A month later, the farmer sees the city man driving a new car. He asks, "How did you get the money for the car?" The city man replies, "I sold the dead horse in a raffle." The farmer says, "You can't raffle a dead horse." The city man says, "Sure I can. I didn't say it was dead." The farmer asks, "Didn't people get upset?" The city man replies, "Only the winner. So I gave him his money back."